Hi, and welcome to this guided meditation. This is an invitation to just be with what is, to release ourselves from the form of the body, explore our inner spaciousness. A moment for you to just be, no performance, not living up to any expectations, not even the burden of relaxing, just noticing. Notice what happens in your body to that invitation. Almost like you're giving yourself permission to just be. Notice if there's anything that's active in you right now that would like to be released. Any thoughts or any tension. It's like an open question to your inner space. And if it feels okay for you, see if you can assure yourself that nothing needs to be forced. This is a moment for gentle curiosity, for softness, a moment of noticing, not correcting, not living up to a standard. Just gentle noticing. And if there's any resistance coming up in you, see if you can meet that with the same gentle curiosity. As though everything was your friend. Everything was welcome. And notice if you're getting caught in arguing whether everything is welcomed or not. See if you can let go of that discussion. Just notice it as thoughts passing by. They're also welcome. Notice if you have any expectations of this moment. Any ideas of that you should relax or you should be peaceful. You should meditate. And see if you can give that a smile. Let go of any seriousness that's present in this moment. Our bodies sometimes relax when we take away the seriousness, or rather when we call out the seriousness. And whatever you notice inside of yourself, see if you can look beyond that, between that. Notice the spaciousness, the openness, that part of your inner world where nothing is actually happening. Almost like the sensation of going into a room and not paying attention to the furnitures, paying attention to the spaciousness, the space that is actually the room, the emptiness that makes all forms possible. And notice if your mind is struggling with this. Emptiness is very hard to make into a concept to formalize in thoughts. See if you can look through them as well, or around them. Notice that the struggling is itself an experience, perhaps a thought, perhaps a tension. There is still room for the spaciousness around it. And if you're new to this, or if it's been a hectic day, it's possible that this is difficult, that as soon as you get in contact with the emptiness or the spaciousness, your thoughts come in and your mind wants to direct it at an object or an experience. See if you can allow that dance. If you can meet that with softness and curiosity. See that that's the way the mind is acting right now. Struggling. And every time you bring your attention back to the emptiness, to the stillness, you build trust. The mind might be resisting, but it's also a surrendering happening. Almost like we sink into a warm bath. Building trust that it's okay for the mind not to know what we're resting in. And notice what happens with your body from this perspective. Sometimes it's almost like we build up tension when we think about the body, as though we have to keep it in its form. So the mind's afraid that the body's gonna evaporate or float away, dissolve. See if you can play with that idea. What if it, for just this moment, was okay for the body to dissolve? Doesn't need to be held in place with tension or with contraction. As though you gave it permission to dissolve, to not hold itself in place. Not forcing, not dictating. Just giving the invitation, the softness, the freedom. Trusting your body. It is what it is. The mind doesn't need to have it in a certain shape, hold it together. The body's isness, its being, is given. You don't need to have an idea of the body in order for it to be there. And if there's any sighs or any deep breaths that wants to come, see if you can allow them. Soft curiosity, allowance, being with what is. Resting in spaciousness and giving more attention to the room between experiences, between thoughts and bodily contractions. Bringing the mind back to not knowing what to focus on, not knowing how to frame something. Allowing it to do its dance. And check in with your facial muscles. Is there allowance for a smile if that wants to come? Can your eyebrows and your forehead relax fully, if that's what they want to do. Giving your body full permission to rearrange itself according to its own wisdom. Observing the dance. Resting in your inner freedom. Letting your inner softness guide you. Regardless of what shows up. Restlessness. Analyzing. Just surrender back into the spaciousness. Allowing the body to breathe freely. Checking in with the soles of your feet, as though you were asking how they're doing. Asking them of their story right now. What's alive in them? Letting your body know that you're curious. What does it have to say? Not evaluating its tensions. And as soon as the mind takes over, see if you can guide the attention back to the emptiness. The space between experiences. Letting go of any agenda for this moment to be in a certain way. Letting go of any agenda for you to be in a certain way. Allowing the mystery, the ungraspable, the eternal being that you are, shine freely. It doesn't need a frame. It doesn't need a form. Freedom, spaciousness, emptiness. The isness that penetrates every gap in your experience, fills up all the voids. It's always there, hugging every form, every experience, every thought, without whose presence nothing can exist in your inner world. Noticing the substance from which all experience, all thoughts, all form arise and fall back into. The emptiness and the spaciousness that's always been there precedes any experience. It's yours to rest in. It's your inner space. It's your nature. No experience can alter it. No experience can remove it or disturb its peace. And notice what happens inside of you from that perspective. Investigating if that's true from your own experience. Not letting your mind tell you the narrative. It's all inside you. You can explore it anytime you want to. Check in if it's there. If there is something formless around every form. Every bodily sensation occurs within a field of not form. Freedom, spaciousness. And notice if there's anything holding back a relaxation that wants to come. And just check in if that's needed right now. Even check in if any resistance needs to go in order for relaxation to occur. Maybe they can coexist. Maybe no part of you have to be convinced for another part to move, to relax, to soften. There is no limit to your inner world. Whatever form pops up, there is always more spaciousness around it. And notice if there's any enjoyment or any pleasure that's present in this moment. And see if there's allowance for it to expand, to be felt. There's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to alter. You're just being you, the essence of you, and allowing experiences to come and go as though they were waves caressing the shoreline. A play of form, always changing, but the stillness is always there. The emptiness around them never changes. And check in with yourself if it's anything from this moment that you would like to bring with you, you would like to revisit, that you found to be nurturing, that you'd like to explore some more. And just notice that this was a moment for you, like a gift to your inner world, blessing it with your awareness, your curiosity, and your allowance. Allowing softness to hold all of your experiences. And notice how your inner world reacts to that gentleness, your gift to yourself. And with those words, we're approaching the end of the guided meditation. You're listening to Consciousness and Me, and my name is Josephine. Thank you for sharing this moment with me.